It is London, and I am here to welcome you back to Happily Adventures After. I am so excited to have you here, whether it's your first time or maybe it's your 5th time, 10th time, whatever time it is that you have chosen to join us. I am so excited to have you here. So thank you so much for coming back. We're here this week with our weekly series, as many of you know, which is HAA Disney Top 10, where we count down the Happily Adventures After top 10 in a specific area. Whether it be a Disney cruise, something specific to a Disney cruise. Like we did the ships one time. Each one of the ships, we counted down our top 10 on those. Or Castaway Cay. Maybe we're going to count down top 10 attractions in a park. Or last week, we actually did the top 10 benefits of an annual pass. So there is so much to talk about. Just to love with Disney, right? And it is so much fun to count down a top 10 in a specific area. And we hope we can act as that virtual concierge for you, just like the HAA Disney feature over the Amazon Alexas in Walt Disney World resort rooms. So what do I mean by a virtual concierge? Well, we're bringing the information straight to you. We're going to give you whatever you may need for your Disney vacation, or just the fact that you want to talk about and listen to Disney things. So we're here to give that to you and hope that you can feel a little bit better about your Disney trip, Disney day, or just day in general by talking about these items, and hope that you can help plan your vacation from it. All right, with that, let's get into one of my personal favorites. When I'm talking to anybody and they say to me, we're going to Disney World for the very first time, what are your ideas? Because I've got a ton of them, always. And that inspired me to do our HAA Disney Top 10 for this week, which is the top 10 tips for the first time you go to Walt Disney World. There is something truly special about your very first visit to Walt Disney World, even if you don't remember it, if you took it as a kid. You hear about it all of the time. Whether you're walking down Main Street, USA with Cinderella's castle in sight, or you're tasting your first Mickey-shaped treat, the magic hits differently the very first time. But let's be honest, Walt Disney World is massive, and it can be excellent, but it can also be very overwhelming. And that is where this HAA Disney Top 10 tips for your very first time in Walt Disney World comes in. I think it was 2 on my first Disney trip, so trust me, I wasn't overwhelmed. I didn't have anything where I was planning. And in all honesty, we actually went to Disneyland first because we were over on that coast. However, looking back and seeing everything that goes into planning a Walt Disney World vacation, I can tell you, somebody may not know the difference between a single lightning lane or a multi-pass lightning lane. Or they may still think it's Genie Plus because Disney has updated it so many times. Maybe somebody going for the first time, you hear about them wearing the wrong shoes and their feet hurt all day. Maybe they waited in line for a 90-minute queue for an attraction that, first of all, wasn't worth the 90 minutes, but they didn't even like. Maybe you saw some kid with their parents while you're in the park and it's their first time meeting Mickey Mouse, and they danced and sang and you're like, that's what made the difference. Maybe you saw somebody cry for the very first time watching Fantasmic because they were so overcome with emotion. No matter what, it has been spectacular, and also like, oh no, hearing about people's first time in Disney. And since I have taken so many Walt Disney World trips and a couple Disneyland here and there and Disney Cruise also, I've come to realize, like, hey, there's some first time tips that we can share. And that's what I share with people sometimes when they ask me or we're just talking about it. And that is what I want to share with you. So here we go. In no particular order, let's dive in for the ultimate top 10 tips for visiting Walt Disney World for the very first time. Coming in at number 1 is to start with a plan, but leave room for changes. Planning helps you navigate the park strategically so you can do more, wait less, enjoy better meals, shows, and attractions. With over 40 square miles of fun. Yes, folks, this is as large Walt Disney World is as San Francisco. It is that big, so it's easy to get lost, literally and figuratively. Fun tangent story. One time, this was our last trip, my mom and I were going to not race each other, but see the difference in timing between taking the monorail from a Magic Kingdom resort, we were at the Polynesian, over to Epcot. So I took the monorail and she drove. My mom knows Walt Disney World very well. We have been coming since, like I said, I was about 2. We have driven in it. We have taken Disney transportation a couple times, but most of the time we either have our own car or a rental car. So she knows this. She missed the exit completely. Completely got lost. Ended up near I-4. To anybody who doesn't know, that is the major highway outside of Walt Disney World bubble. How she got there, beyond me. So let's say I won that one. I won the monorail race. However, like I said, it is so big. You miss one turn. You don't know where you're going. You can get very lost. And that also goes for figuratively. You're like, I don't know, there's so much to do. So if you don't have a plan, it kind of gets a little like, all right, what are we doing? Plus now with all of the things like lightning lanes and booking those if that's what you're interested in, or if you're doing something like dining reservations, you have to make a plan of what park you are going to go to each day to get those dining reservations, because unless you have a park hopper ticket, you can't get into the park if you spent your day at Magic Kingdom and you have a dining reservation at Epcot. So you do have to make a plan. However, a flexible itinerary within your park days and having priority attractions, for instance, priority dining reservations, and scheduled breaks really does help. This doesn't mean every minute needs to be booked. Rather, you need just a roadmap of your trip and of your day. So kind of what time are you starting? If you book lightning lanes, you got to know when those start, what time the parks open, etc., etc. So having this plan will give you the confidence to tackle the day without wasting time. Plus, building in free time, which everybody needs, make sure you're not over planning so you can go back and just enjoy. Plus, having free time leaves room for spontaneous joy, impromptu parades, surprise character meet and greets, and just relaxing moments at your resort that you didn't expect. And as a pro tip, here you go. Here's a pro tip. I highly suggest you plan at least 1, if not 2 rest days. So either do 2 park days and a rest day, 2 park days and a rest day if you're doing all 4 parks, or do all 4 parks, do a rest day before you go home. I also highly encourage you to visit Disney Springs one day because it is excellent, preferably in the afternoon. So it's not as hot and you can enjoy all of the food, but it is wonderful. Coming in at number 2 is to download the My Disney Experience app. This app is the hub for everything you need in your Walt Disney World vacation. Not only will it save you time, but it will enhance your overall experience. The My Disney Experience app provides up-to-date wait times, ride closures, mobile food ordering, which, please, mobile order your food at quick service locations. It skips all the lines. It is excellent. It allows you to book your lightning lanes. It has interactive maps, has all of your PhotoPass photos, and so much more. It is incredible. Without having this app, you will waste time not only wandering the parks, but you won't be able to access things like your photos or booking lightning lanes without having to go talk to guest services and so on and so forth. Honestly, you can't even book lightning lanes without having the My Disney Experience app. And those lightning lanes, for anybody who doesn't know, allow you to skip the standby line and go into an expedited line. However, they do come at an additional cost. You also can use it to make dining reservations. It's like having the My Disney Experience website, so that portal on the Walt Disney World website where you book your trip and all of that stuff, just in an app on your phone, and it is excellent. It lets you take control of your own trip and navigate everything like a pro, even if it is your first time. Number 3 on our list is to understand Lightning Lane before you go. Disney has replaced the old Fast Pass system, which then turned into Genie Plus, with a new Lightning Lane system. It's a paid system that helps you skip the standby line and do an expedited queue, like I said, on many attractions. Knowing how it works can save you hours. The Lightning Lane system, booked through the My Disney Experience app, at an additional cost, so you can either do multi-pass, which lets you do nearly all the rides in one park, or you can do single pass, which is one attraction in the park, that you're in or going to. Now, I'm not going to get into that right now, but I do have a video on this for the Hey Disney Give Me a Review, so I highly suggest you check it out. We go into much more detail there. If I went into detail, this will be like 40 minutes long because there's a whole system on how to book it, so please check that out if you are looking into more information on Lightning Lane. So, doing that, and knowing that Lightning Lane allows you to reserve a time slot once you have paid for it for a popular attraction, either when doing single pass or multi-pass, and enter through that expedited Lightning Lane queue. It works differently just so you know, the normal line skipping systems, and having the option with it, when I say it works differently, you can't just go and get in the line. You have to reserve a time for the correct people who you want to ride the attraction, etc., etc. So in doing this and knowing that you can pay sometimes for only one attraction in a single pass, but you can only hold 2 a day, there's a whole system in at play. So I highly suggest that you learn how to use Lightning Lane system before you go to maximize your park day, because you can book at a certain window. You have to know all of that. It'll also allow you to ride some of the more popular attractions in your first kind of go about, and it'll reduce your stress. So it can also be the difference of riding 4 attractions in a day to riding 10 plus a day. What I like to do is I actually like to play with the Lightning Lane system beforehand. So let me pull this up right now just to kind of show you on the My Disney Experience app. What I can do with it is that I can see all of the pricing for about 30 days in advance for each one of the parks. So much like airlines, they use dynamic pricing. So if it's a lower crowded day, you have a lower price, generally speaking. If it's a higher crowded day, use a higher price. Get where we're going with there? I can actually, before I even have the option to pay, I can fake book Lightning Lanes within my allotted window. So I can go in and kind of play with it, see how I want to book it, do all of that before I even enter credit card or gift card purchasing information. That being said, I love that I can play with it beforehand, so I know what I'm doing. I'm very much a dress rehearsal kind of person, and I think that in itself is a great advantage. If not, I highly suggest you look up YouTube videos on how to book Lightning Lanes and going through that. I think All Ears does a fantastic job at explaining it. And so looking up videos on that, so allears.net or All Ears YouTube, they do a really great job at explaining how to use Lightning Lanes. They have shorter videos and longer ones. Will really help you see it and visualize it. And then that way you know what you're looking for when you go to book your Lightning Lanes, if that's what you choose. All right. Coming in at number 4, we're going to get into it. If you can, I highly suggest for your very first time, you stay on Disney property. Staying at a Walt Disney World Resort hotel gives you the heart, gives you the heart of Walt Disney World. You get a head start and a home base right there in Walt Disney World. It simplifies your transportation, adds immersive theming, and gives you a deeper Disney experience. I'm not telling you where you should stay. If you want to stay at Pop Century or an All-Star, great. You want to stay at Caribbean Beach? Awesome. You want to stay at Beach Club? Even better. Wherever you and your family choose or your friends choose, it is fantastic for you. However, for your first trip, I highly suggest staying at Walt Disney World because it really does get you into that Disney bubble and get you feeling all the happy feels. So Disney offers 3 different styles of resort. They have deluxe, value, and moderate. So in doing so, each resort has different experiences. So for instance, all the resorts have early entry access. So you get 30 minutes in the park before all normal day guests do. Now, if you're staying at a deluxe resort, you actually get extended evening hours. So you get, on specific nights, 2 hours in a specific park that nobody else is. If you're on property and you're not in a deluxe resort, you can't go. If you're just a day guest, you can't go. It is purely for deluxe guests. So look into these resorts, stay on property so you know what you are getting, what amenities you're getting with your resort, and what Disney extras you get. So such as those early entry or extended evening hours. You also get, in all Disney resorts, free transportation to and from the parks. You do have to pay if you are taking a shuttle bus through Mears Connect to Walt Disney World. It is a per person fee. Just look that up. It used to actually be free, but with the Magical Express, but their contract ended, so on and so forth. So just make sure you know how you're getting there because that is not free. However, parking at the resort is free if you are a Disney Resort guest. Parking at the parks is free if you are a Disney Resort guest. Free transportation via the buses, the Skyliner, anything like that is included. So knowing what you get when you stay on property, especially for your first time, can not only save you time, but kind of reduce the hassle of transportation. Plus, being immersed in the Disney bubble makes that trip feel like a continuous adventure. Coming in at number 5 is to book dining reservations early. This is 60 days in advance. Disney dining is part of the joy. From character breakfast to signature meals, the food is an experience in itself. Advanced dining reservations, also you may see these as ADRs, can open 60 days from the date of your check-in if you are staying on property. So if you have a 2-week stay on property, wouldn't that be great? But if you have a 2-week stay, you get 60 days from that date for the entirety of your trip. Now, if you're staying off property, you get 60 days from the date that you're visiting the dining experience to book ahead. So these popular restaurants, such as Be Our Guest or Cinderella Table, can truly book up very quickly. Having a dining reservation not only guarantees you the access to some of the best dining experiences, but it can also help you plan to break the day up and provide some well-needed downtime. Without them, you may risk not getting the reservation you want or missing out on a must-do experience or attraction because you're like, oh no, we have to eat, we want to eat here, but the line for Tron is 2 hours, we may miss it. No, just make those reservations, get those in advance so you can balance everything around that. And that is why I highly suggest you book your dining experience early so you can plan your days around your dining. Our next tip at number 6 is to pack smart, especially for the Florida weather. The weather at Disney can change in an instant. We usually have those 2 to 3 p.m. snowstorms. This is Florida. Can you tell I live where it snows a lot? And it's April when I'm recording this, and we literally have snow on the ground. Yeah, I got caught in a snowstorm, everybody, in the middle of April. It is crazy. But the weather can change in an instant, and those 3 p.m. rainstorms, even though they're not forecasted, can happen. They happen very quickly. It basically downpours, and then it sunnies right back up. It's wonderful, but just know it can happen. Packing smart can save your day, quite literally. Don't forget, when you're in Florida, Disney is not immune to weather, so pack those ponchos, that sunscreen if you use it, whatever you use, for sunscreen, because they may not have what you use in the park. So if you forget one and you are very sensitive to something, make sure you have yours. Pack water bottles if you are okay with the Disney water refills. Great, wonderful. Bring a refillable water bottle. I will note the Florida water does have a distinguished taste. So we usually have our own water. So water bottle that we buy at either Target or Publix around the area, and bring those with us. Don't forget to bring comfortable shoes, not new shoes. Do not bring new shoes. Bring comfortable shoes, because new shoes will give you blisters. Comfortable used shoes, not too used, but used enough shoes will make sure your feet are happy. Don't forget a portable charger, because you will be on your phone quite a bit, whether it's pictures, adjusting lightning lanes, quick service dining, mobile ordering, so on and so forth, checking wait times. You're on your phone a lot. So bring those extra chargers. Bring extra socks if you need them, especially if you plan on going a water ride and you're like me and you hate socks and running shoes. When they get wet, I hate that feeling. So bring extra socks. Don't forget to also bring a lightweight backpack. Not a crazy huge backpack, just one that you can bring all of your essentials and everything you need. And also bring snacks. Disney allows you to bring your own snacks into the park. So bring your own snacks. That way, if you need something while you're standing in an attraction line, you can just grab it quickly and you don't have to worry. I'm not saying avoid the Disney snacks. I'm just saying your own snacks may come in handy. Always check the weather the night before you go, because it can change, and plan accordingly. Plus, when you're packing at home, just bring something for every single weather type. I am not telling you to take 6 suitcases full of different rain gear, but I am saying, even if it's the summer, bring a very light rain jacket, because you may need it. It's the summer, you will need it. I know it's 40 degrees Celsius or 100 degrees in Fahrenheit, but that rain jacket may come in handy more than you think. If you can, bring a portable umbrella. Things along those lines you will want to take with you when you're packing at home, just because. And also, the weather in the evenings, depending on when you're going, can drastically change from the weather in the day. Maybe super warm and sunny during the day, but if it's during like November, even March, February kind of times, it may be cool in the evening. So don't forget to pack a pair of pants and a sweater just in case you need those. So having all of the things you may need allows you to be prepared, and also won't have you purchasing extra items that may not be what you need in a pinch. You'll be able to stay cool, dry, warm if you need, and absolutely energized and fully charged, ready for those magical Disney moments. Coming in at number 7, we talked about this earlier, is to take a break. Whether this is a midday break, if you're somebody who likes those midday breaks, or if it is a 2 park days, take a break. 2 park days, take a break, so to speak. please take a break. Disney is exhilarating. It's also very exhausting. A midday break prevents burnouts, or a every other day break or anything like that. It will prevent burnouts and keep everyone in good spirits. If you want to leave the park early for a nap or pool time at your resort, maybe you want to take a longer sit-down lunch in the middle of the day, do it. If you want to have a dedicated pool day where you sleep in and just enjoy, or you want to venture off property if you have your own vehicle or are comfortable getting in an Uber or a Lyft and go shopping at a mall or an outlet mall, just go do it. Go enjoy, because taking a break from the park allows that time for everyone to recharge, prevents meltdowns, adults alike with children. I have been there. You get too warm, you get too overstimulated, you have a meltdown. It just allows you to enjoy your time in the parks by stepping back and just either, if you take a midday break, you might be able to go check those evening shows, parades, and fun attractions. Or if you take an off day break, allows you to kind of shake it off, refresh, and go into the park the next day feeling better than you ever have. And that is why I wanted to include this for you. Number 8 on our list is to use mobile ordering for quick service meals. So lines for quick service meals can get very long, especially during peak lunch and dinner hours. So mobile ordering not only saves you time, but it'll save your sanity. Remember I talked about the My Disney Experience app? Well, through this, you can order your food at many locations in advance. You choose your pickup window, you can skip the regular line, and quickly pick up your meal with ease once they say your order is ready. You'll spend much less time waiting and more time enjoying. It's a game changer, especially if you're traveling with somebody who gets very hungry and then they turn into being hangry. Yeah, that's me. Or if you're on a tight schedule, because you can schedule your meal time. Once you get there and you paid for your meal in the My Disney Experience app, you click I'm here, prepare my order, they prepare it for you, and then you are good to go. My pro tip with this one is if you are traveling with 2 people, when you mobile order, somebody grab a table and somebody, once your order is ready, go pick up the order. That way you have a place to sit down when you get your meal, bring it back, and you're good to go. So that is why I wanted to include it. Number 9. This may be controversial, everybody, but number 9 is don't try and do it all. Disney World has 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, which weirdly this summer are open at the same time. Look at you, go Disney. They've been closing them. So one is open while the other one is closed for refurbishment. But this summer, they're both open, which is amazing. It has Disney Springs, countless resorts, countless dining, countless entertainment, mini golf galore. Oh my goodness, there's so much to do. Trying to do it all in one trip, it's gonna leave you overwhelmed and exhausted. So prioritize what matters to your group the most, whether it be attractions, characters, shows, dining, whatever it is. Get together and plan before your 60 days to make dining reservations. So once you booked your trip, you figured out where you're staying, go and sit down, discuss what you want, because then you can move those dining reservations and everything around with it. Focusing on what brings you the most joy, even if it's your first time, will make it more personalized, magical, and more memorable. Don't go into Disney blindly. Don't just go and show up. Make a plan, prioritize what you want to do, and know you cannot do it all. If you want to do it all, you're going to have to keep coming back. Not only is there too much to do, but Disney changes. I can remember being on the first iteration of Test Track, then the second iteration of Test Track. Now there's a new iteration of Test Track coming. I couldn't do, for instance, it all. They're all different. Yes, they're similar, but they're all different. So I do know I can't do it all in one trip, and I do have to come back if I want to experience either everything in the park or something new as it evolves. Even if your trip's 5 years apart, 10 years apart, know that if you want to do it all, you got to make another trip. So focus on what is making you happy and know that quality over quantity is the main goal here. It is the key to Disney's success. So making that in mind, that is why I wanted to include this. And our last tip for first timers at Walt Disney World is to see those nighttime shows. If you can, if you are a night person, you want to prioritize, or just a Disney person. I'm not a night person. Mind you, I've been to Disney enough. I've seen a lot of the night shows. So sometimes we pick one every trip. I can't stay up very late. Just me. But if you can, and this is your first time going, know that the shows come out in the evening because it is dark and they use fireworks. So sometimes they're around, if you're in the summer, 9 o'clock at night. They start sometimes at 8. So prioritizing that, if you need to take a nap in the day, and this is what you want to do, because the nighttime spectaculars are some of the heart of Disney storytelling. They leave guests in awe and provide the perfect end to a magical day. From Happily Ever After, which is one of the best, if not the best, fireworks shows I have ever seen, ever seen, to Fantastic, which rivals being the best show I have ever seen at Hollywood Studios. Maybe you want to see Luminous at Epcot, or you have the projection show at Animal Kingdom on the tree. These shows blend music, fireworks, minus Animal Kingdom, there's no fireworks in Animal Kingdom, just as a note, and projection mapping with pure Disney joy. These are not your average fireworks show, just letting you know, or projection shows. They're emotional, they're immersive, and they are unforgettable. Staying late can be tough, but it is worth it if you've never seen these before, because they are exceptional and they will leave you wanting more and wanting to watch them again and again. They are incredible. And that is why I wanted to include this in our Hey Disney Top 10. Well, we are coming to an end. Just so you know, as your first trip to Walt Disney World is more than a vacation, it is a magical start of something new. See what I did there? There was a Disney High School Musical reference in that. And unforgettable. With 4 theme parks, iconic attractions, world-class entertainment, and a whole lot of pixie dust, it's easy to feel both the thrill and overwhelming joy of Walt Disney World. That's why a little planning, a few smart tools, and the right mindset go a long way. Each of these Hey Disney Top 10 tips for our first time at Walt Disney World just provide that extra bit of joy and time for your Disney trip to be even better than you could ever imagine. By not feeling every second, you allow yourself to feel the Disney magic more freely. Plus, it gives you so much more to look forward to in the time leading up to all that planning. Yeah, Disney's massive. Yes, it is very expensive and it is very complex, but it also can be pure joy. If you give yourself that permission to slow down, stay flexible, be prepared, and let the wonder lead your way, that's the best. Maybe it's a spontaneous hug from a character, an unexpected rain shower that turns into a dance party because you're having so much fun. The first time you see the fireworks over Cinderella's castle, or the first time you eat that Mickey waffle, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Those things are so good. Those memories are what will carry in your heart and with you on your way home forevermore. So start with a plan. Pack your patient pants and patient poncho, because it's going to rain. And be prepared to be amazed. Whether you're riding Tron Light Cycle Run for the very first time, you're laughing with your family on the Jungle Cruise, or tearing up after the finale of Happily Ever After. Remember, it's not about just doing it all. It's about feeling it all. And now that you have all of these essentials for first-time tips in Walt Disney World, you're ready to step into the Disney World bubble with confidence, curiosity, and a few extra Disney snacks that are Mickey-shaped in your bag. So everyone, here's to your happily adventure after. So let me know in the comments below, as well on our blog, which is happily-adventuresafter.com, and on our Instagram, which is @happily-adventuresafter. Did you use any of these tips on your first time you've ever been to Walt Disney World? Did they help? What are your suggestions for a first time at Walt Disney World? Give me all of your tips, please. Keep commenting also what makes your Disney trip so much more magical, because all of these will help everybody else. Well, thank you so much. I am so excited to share these with you, and please keep coming back to Happily Adventures After, either on our Instagram, our podcast, or our blog. We cannot wait to have you back, and we just want to say thank you for joining us. I'm London. I hope you have a blessed and amazing day, and I will see you real soon. Bye.